All right, today we are going to be talking about 12a and 12b, which is really function or not function and function notation. So y as a function of x means that x does not repeat. X does not repeat. So you have your x value and your y value. Your input is always your x. Your output is always your y. So let's look at the first one. It says, which representation does not show y as a function of x? So remember, we said, oh no. Oh, there it goes. We said y as a function of x means no x repeating, but it says not. So take away that, no. And it says x repeating. We're looking for x to repeat. So let's look at our x values. X. Remember with these mapping, it's always x and then y. Then our x and all of our x values right here. Remember with a point, it's always x and then y. So for the graph, if we draw lines, it's called our vertical line test. If it touches the line twice, not a function. But you can see, oh my gosh, hold on. Function. You can see every time we only touch our vertical lines once. So then we look at our arrows. One arrow, one arrow, one arrow, one arrow. Remember, if it had two arrows, that would be bad. But this is a function, so is A, so they cannot be our answers. Let's look at C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing repeats. So this is a function. But we're looking for not a function. So now let's look at D. You have negative 4, 5, 8, negative 10, negative 10. Negative 10, negative 10, repeat. So this is not a function. That is not a function. If it repeats, it is not a function. So now let's check out the next. Oh, so our answer would be D. My bad. Let's check out the next example. These are some of the easiest questions, and they're great. So, example 2. Given h of x equals 1 over 4, parentheses 6 minus x squared, what is the value of h, parentheses negative 2? When you see this right here, value of h negative 2, you are going to think Desmos. You are going to graph this exactly like you see it. Don't change anything. So we are going to graph the first one first. We have h of x equals 1 over 4, parentheses, 6 minus x, parentheses, squared. Then I'm going to go to line 2, and I'm going to graph the second thing I see. And it's going to look identical. H, parentheses, negative 2. Parentheses, and it gives you the answer right here. Equals 16. That is my answer. So 1, 6, 16 is your answer. 16. Now let's look at another one. It says Miss Dell is playing baseball with Miss Zoomberg. When Miss Dell is hitting the trajectory of the ball, it's represented by the quadratic function h of t equals negative t squared plus 6t, where h of t represents the height of the ball in feet after t seconds. What is the height of the ball after 5.5 seconds? So for this one, it's the same thing over here as Desmos. We're doing Desmos again. We're going to graph this equation. We have h of t equals negative t squared plus 6t. Then I need to think, is this 5.5 seconds my t or my h? My t or my h? And I know that t represents seconds and t is inside the equation. So it's going to be our technically x value. So you could either do it this way. H. So you could either do h of 5.5. That's one way to do this. Oh, that did not work. H of 5.5. So h of 5.5. And that gives us 2.75, or you can do it how we learned at the beginning of the year, 5.5 is technically our x, so x equals 5.5. We can graph that. X equals 5.5 and see where they cross. So it's 5.5 comma 2.75, which is the same answer we got as above. So it's going to be 2.75. So either way, you just have to know how to set this up. Or you can do x equals 5.5. If you haven't, oh, there's one more, just kidding. That was a joke. It says, which values in the table will show a relationship that is not a function? Not a function. Choose the correct answer from the drop-down menus in the table to complete the question. So, we see that we have not a function, meaning x will repeat. X will repeat. So, we want the x to repeat. For the x to repeat, we are going to choose 4. 4. Then we want the y value to be different, so it's not the same exact point. So we already have 5, so get rid of 5, and we're going to choose 4. So we have, if we had a table, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our first point would be 4, 5, which would be here. Our next point would be 4, 4. Which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. And if we did that vertical line test I was talking about earlier, it touches twice, which is not a function. Okay, have a great day. If you have any questions, let us know.